Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamerdad, with another video for you. So I was not expecting a notice tonight actually, although I did watch the Another Eden Global live stream, so if you haven't already, make sure you check out the official Another Eden Global channel. Scott, which is our community manager, did do a long video about some of the updates coming, as well as covering some of the past updates, including the time-twisted maze. Now that being said, we do have a new notice here, update 2.13.100, that is going to be the same version that we're on right now, and so this will be an in-game update, However, the interesting thing is that normally these drop around 24 hours before the actual scheduled update, but in this case, it's actually, I want to say 3 days away. So it does say July 25th, 2022, 3 p.m. I guess, UTC. However, for me, usually it's 1 day early, and so today is the 21st, and so I expect it to drop on Sunday night on the West Coast in North America. Now that being said, a lot of you already know what's up here, so without any further ado, we do have our newest unit, AS Radias. Now, for those who have the normal style Radias and did the first night, you'll know that Radias is a character that works as a very good tank. She VCs in and establishes slash zone, and initially she was our first slash zone with things like elemental barrier, which also gave a 50% type shield, kind of like Mariel, which was also very powerful. She had a dual debuff and some other tanking abilities such as preemptive rage, guaranteed pain, and so on and so forth. Now the AS version has some of the 4-star moves of the original, that is, still has the 4-star elemental barrier, which is a 50% type shield, which is ridiculously good, and the absorb blood, which is preemptive guaranteed pain on all enemies and heals the user, which is Radius, up to 50% or full if in slash zone. Not only that, she actually does have a quad hit self-damaging move, which is nice for combo meter. But the main thing is, as the AS one, she is even more of a tank than before. She has something that is called Chivalry, which is basically a guard move or essentially a hold ground move. Very similar to Pry. Now this one, she can only do 3 times. It replaces her normal move. And basically, as long as she takes a hit, she will never die, kind of like Pry. However, no stun at the end of turn for the start of the next turn. She'll have only 3 times to do it. However, I mean, it does everything. Basically, yeah, everything is guarded, and it's just like Pry, where it helps guard the entire party. So all AoEs, she'll eat all of that, and as long as she has hold ground on, which is part of the move, she's not going to die. So she's going to be the ultimate tank, and like I said, you can actually use it back to back to back for 3 turns total, and it's preemptive, right? So that's great. Now, some of the other amazing abilities of her is, instead of having the dual debuff of the normal style, she now has something called Overwhelm, which is basically a power debuff on all enemies, 30% stackable to 60%. So against physical attacks, that's going to be massive in combination with her debuff plus the elemental barrier. And she also gives a real barrier to all party members with a 70% damage reduction for 1 hit. That is crazy. Not only that, but when she's in any stance, AS Radius now also gains a shield with HP equal to user max HP, which is very similar to, I believe, ES Iska. Finally, she does have a slash AoE, and this is an XL, and inflicts rage on everybody for 5 turns, ignoring resistance. And why not? Give her physical resistance of herself, 70%, status immunity to all party members for 1 time, and it also activates counterattack. And so this is going to be a combination of Annabelle's Manifest, or even something like Starkey's counter heal. So when physically or magically attacked, she'll now heal everybody by 50% HP and restore all party members by 15% MP and give everyone status immunity. So remember that she can inflict rage anyways, she can survive almost everything. She's now giving barriers, stackable power debuff. She is essentially the ultimate tank. Wow. Anyways, And remember that this will not drop for a few days, so you'll be able to save up a few extra data stones before going for this banner if you so choose. I will obviously cover that in my Should You Summon video once that drops a few days from now. Of course, if you want to spend some money, there is the standard Faithful Encounter, although we do get 2 times, and we'll see how that goes with the regular banner. If you're thinking about the AS version, usually it's shared with the normal style, so it'll have a higher rate of getting any form of Radias. And finally, a new dungeon for everyone. So, apparently, if you watch the live stream, this is going to be very similar to the Ruins of Rikiana in terms of, I guess if you run it multiple times, you kind of unlock more and more features in the Toto Theater World dungeon. I believe this uses red keys, and so the unique thing is about this one is that you can actually grind any unit that you could normally grind light or shadow for, except that it doesn't have to be from any particular dungeon, right? Like for example, for Aldo, normally you have to go to Miguel's Castle. In this case, you can bring him to Toto Theater World, and he has an equal chance of getting light, 1 in 5 chance, standard 20% chance of 1 light. Now the interesting part is that this one actually has an increased chance of getting a 2nd or 3rd light or shadow for your party members, and I believe that if you bring more than 1 story character that can increase light or shadow, I think it randomly gives it. So I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know you can get up to 3. The odds obviously dropped tremendously from the AE subreddit, which had talked about this in depth. I believe it's 1 in 25 chance of getting 2 light, and a 1 in 125 chance of getting 3. So it's basically 1 in 5 rolled over and over again. And for because it does feature the total Dreamland, so to speak, you do have to finish chapter 44 of the main story. Alright, and again, if you are willing to spend stones, 2,000 and 4,000 Chrono Stones package, so you can buy that once, and that will go on for until August 11th, at which case we're probably going to see a new banner. And finally, it looks like there is going to be a new campaign that grants rewards for finishing or escaping the Time Twisted Maze. So I don't know if that means you have to finish up to floor 20, or you can escape at floor 3 or 7 or 11 or 15 or so on and so forth. So that being said, note that you can't get killed and you can't quit. You actually have to choose to escape, usually after either, I guess, after a boss kill, which is 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. And if you do it 3 times, hey, 150 Chrono Stones. So actually for the 3rd one. So you actually get 300 total. So if you haven't started running the dungeon, you might as well start doing the maze. And for people like myself running it multiple times anyways, we'll just get that over the next month or so until the end of August. Not bad, 300 Chrono Stones for things I was doing anyways. Alright, so again, being that this is a unique patch notes or update notice, being that the update is not coming for a few days, let me know in the comments below what you think of the update or the live stream or the AS Radius in general. What do you think about the dungeon? Are you going to run it? Are you going to hold off and just run normal things? Keep in mind that this new dungeon, I believe because it's non-specific, won't have any tomes to get specifically for a unit, although you'll still have a chance of chant scripts, treatises, codexes, and opuses. As for myself, I do have Radius normal style, which I hit long time ago when her first banner came out, and so I'll be grinding these treatises once Flare Night comes out in a few days. Also remember that keys don't reset until Monday, so probably wait until Sunday night till the update drops, update it, and then grind out those keys. Hopefully you have a slightly better chance of getting a treatise for AS Radius. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.